Hello and welcome back to the Hornby Magazine workshop for a special Accurascale model launch video. Stay with us, we've got some exciting new products to show you and we've got Paul Isles here to talk us through the details. So as you can see on the layout today, we've got a brand new collection of models from Accurascale, and these are all new toolings for the BR Mark 1 57-foot suburban coaches. And Paul, could you tell us a little bit more about the history of these vehicles?
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, it's an area that we're looking to break into. We've done the Mark 2s that we want to start off with. Mark 1s were the next obvious one to go for. So yeah, we could have come into the market with the gangway stock, but we thought, no, it's about time we had some good, accurate representation of what a non-gangway race would look like.
It's been a long time since anyone's looked at the BR Mark 1 57-foot stock for double O gauge. I mean, we've seen new items for O gauge, and we've seen some more recent products for N gauge, but double O gauge wise, I mean, it's got to be a good 20 years, maybe more since these were touched.
Probably more, and you know, as a lad from Royston, obviously they fit quite nicely in with what I was used to seeing and travelling on when I was a kid. You know, school trips were always Richmond's coaches and out to London and Tring and the other places. But no, come holiday time, if we wanted to go into town, it was a suburban stock and a 31-footer that took us into King's Cross.
So in the 1950s, when these were introduced, they were quite different, really, I suppose, because a lot of the stock that had gone before tended to be wooden framed, and at best it was a steel skin. A lot of them actually were wooden panels, weren't they, like teak stock and things, and the Great Northern stock. So they were quite significantly different to what was being used for suburban services at the time, weren't they? Yeah,
and BR took that a step further by having sort of 6 different types. So yeah, you've got third open and third. No external differences, bar the interiors are obviously different on those.
So the main thing with those is that obviously the third class is all compartments, so you've got a panel between every compartment.
That's it.
Third open, you've got it was a central corridor, wasn't it, in those? And then
and then it's sort of four seats either side. So. Then you've got the lavatory version, so you've got composite lavatory and a third lavatory open.
Yeah, and they were quite distinctive because they had the side corridor in part of those, didn't they?
That's it.
So
yeah,
they're really quite obvious vehicles. I always liked the style of those coaches.
Yeah, especially in the composite, because then each class had its own toilet. Yeah. So obviously you didn't want the classes mixing on those.
Different types.
Oh, different types indeed. Then you've got the brake thirds, obviously, so that's 5 types that we've got in there, and then we've got the composite as well. So
which is a combination of first class and third class originally. Yeah. Obviously changed to second class later.
So you've got this spread of 6 designations, but not all designations were in use with all regions at any one time. So the lavatory stock was purely confined to the eastern region. Okay. Whereas the thirds and the brake thirds were spread across the region, so they'd have appeared in Midland, West, East and Scotland. And then you've got things like the TO and the composite, which were used on the Western region and the Midland region, and then later were cascaded into the East. But
yeah, they were quite widely spread as well. When you talk of Mark 1 suburban stock, I tend to think of Baby Deltics and Class 31s coming out of King's Cross and heading on the Great Northern lines. But actually, they were over on the Western main line, weren't they, as well?
Absolutely.
And Euston as well. And
then right up to Scotland. You know, Edinburgh and Glasgow. You know, they were quite common along the Waverley line as well. So you know, the sight of a brake third being used as part of a schools train behind a V2 on the Waverley, it's quite common.
Yeah, that's right. I have seen pictures as well where these have been mixed with other types of non-corridor stock as well. It's like you get kind of trains where you've got the BR 57-foots running with the Midland 57-foots all combined together, don't you?
Yeah, so particularly with the Western region and the Midland region, you find that they're mixed up. Early days on the Eastern region, they were mixed up with the Gresley and Thompson stock. But then as things sort of shook out, and especially as you go through the maroon and into rail blue periods, you find there are set service rakes of these.
Yeah, that's quite clear. If you look up any pictures of these on Great Northern lines, they really are quite clearly in set formations.
Oh, yeah.
Very much like they used to do with the quad arcs and the quint arcs as well. There were fixed formations that ran together.
I seem to remember reading as you go through research and all the rest of the bits and pieces that they were broken down sort of every 8 to 11 weeks. A set would be broken down and then reformed. So I guess, they're kind of seasonal in the way they would have constructed their rakes. But yeah, I mean, classic shots of 31s heading out of London, all blue rake really.
In terms of your models, what are the most important things we need to know about these new products?
Well, detail-wise, obviously, build the same as we saw with the siphon. So there's underframe detail in particular, and the same sort of thing with brake rodding, getting the separate detail onto the bogies. So the underside is treated as well as the top side. Separate handrails, door handles, all that sort of thing that you come to expect from sort of top-level coaching stock. I suppose where the main difference here, it's a die-cast body, die-cast chassis rather, plastic body sitting on top of that.
So I can see from the samples up on the top here, actually, we've got die-cast chassis for these.
Yeah, and it gives it a nice weight. I think we're about 165 grams per coach on these. So
and having had them running around a few times, they've got a really nice kind of
heavy feel to it.
Heavy feel, but free rolling as well, because you've got nice bearings in there as well to keep
That's
it.
Yeah, because we use lighting on these, so it's pick up from both sets of bogies. So there's the contact strip, brass contact strip in there. So effectively, you've got brass bearings that they're running on. Lighting wise, we'll do the same as we've done with our other stock. So it'll be reed wand on and off, pick up through the track. Warm lead lighting, so you get that nice 1970s orange, sort of semi-orange glow.
Slightly dark light, And is that lighting, going to work on DC and DCC out of the box?
Yes, it is, because it's like I say, it's just pick up from the track. So it doesn't matter whether you're one or the other, your lighting's still going to be working.
That's really good news, because that means we haven't got to go and buy extra decoders.
I haven't got to go buy decoders.
Open the box, put it on the track, wave the wand over the top, and off you go.
What we have done is make the roofs removable, though, held in place by magnets. Really nice, positive click fit. And as you'll see with the samples, there's a detent in one end, so you can't fit your roof on the wrong way around when you do it. But
so that's quite a good innovation, actually, because it's one of the things I think has always been difficult for people to actually get access into a coach to put passengers in. It's normally like a bunch of clips underneath, and you've got to separate pieces together.
And you end up breaking them as you do it, and all the rest of it. So, we've fitted them with removable roofs. Hopefully, the feedback is going to be positive. If you don't want to do anything to the inside, you don't have to. They sit in there nice and tightly. But if you remove the PCB and you've got open access then to your compartments, and with that in mind, we've detailed the compartments. So the seating, like first class, has got the armrests. All seats are shaped. We've even got the picture frames on each compartment, because that was one of the things with this stock was the 3 picture frames on each side. So you've got mirror in the centre. Usually you've got a no smoking notice on one side, and then a route map on the other, and then you've got these wonderful sort of carriage prints that were done by various artists of the times, depicting scenes. So
are we getting carriage prints in there as well?
As much as I'd like to, and we're still debating, do we supply them as transfers, do we leave people to put them in? But what we will do is we'll do the mirroring. There'll probably be 1 or 2 safety notices in there.
It's going to be a massive process to do all that.
To tampo print that. I don't think the factory would like us very much for doing that.
You might not be popular with them.
No.
What about, are we getting luggage racks in there as well?
Yeah, luggage racks are in there. It's all etched metal. We've taken O gauge detailing down to OO gauge. It's very easy just to just whack it in. It's the interior. No one worries about it. But you've got to have a feel for what you're building, and to have that degree of detail in there.
And I think as well for people at the moment, with the changes in pricing as well, no one can get away from the fact that prices have had to go up for model railway stock, but it's nice to see that extra bit of detail then being added in, which makes you kind of feel, well, actually, I'm still getting
value for money. I mean, that is the thing. And, this detailing isn't adding to the price. The price is what it is at the moment. So, we do try, it's added value, isn't it?
Exactly. Important things. And in terms of running turn metal wheels, presumably?
Absolutely. So they're axles 26mm over pinpoints, 14.4mm back-to-backs, 2mm axles on there. They're separate, so they're insulated. Obviously got to be insulated because of that.
And are they designed for regauging for EM and P4, or are they just straight up low?
They can be. So it is possible to regauge them. It's going to be a hefty job because of the amount of detail that's on there, but we've made the baseline easy to do if you want to regauge it.
So you can drop in replacement wheel sets.
Absolutely, it's one of those things. If you're into P4 and EM, you're used to that extra bit of modelling, but we've tried to make it as easy as we can.
And again, I've already noticed on the samples that we've got obviously NEM pockets as standard.
Absolutely.
We've got sprung buffers as standard as well.
Absolute metal sprung buffers.
We've also seen we've got some nice detail on one of the ends of the coaches as well.
The 3 links. That's all included in there, and they're 3 separate links that go on there. And yes, we have tested them. They will take the weight of 6 cars. So you've got that option if you want. If I haven't got the patience to link it up, but the option's there if you want to do that. Yeah. But it is close coupling anyway. So,
so again, I did notice that straight away on the track. Actually, the coupling distance is really nice, but they still run really nice around the circuit here as well.
That's it. Yeah, we've run them on third radius here. They're sweet. They do work on second radius as well. That's what people want to see, and especially with non-gangway stock. You need that. You haven't got the gangways to make up that bit in the middle.
Hide the gap a bit, don't it?
That's it. So, and it works out that they're at scale. They're at scale distance between them.
I think the most important question for me right now is what my choice is going to be on colour scheme and how many choices I'm going to have.
Well, you're going to have. We're looking at 37 SKUs in the first run. Now we'll probably break that down by batch.
That's 37 differently numbered vehicles.
Absolutely.
Across the areas, presumably. In different
That's it, right there. So we're certainly going to be starting with BR Carmine Red, or Crimson as we more commonly call it because it's easier to remember, and Rail Blue. They're the 2 big things, and we've got Maroon, lime maroon probably to come in the future. We're not going to miss anything out, and of course there will be an Accurascale exclusive dotted in there as well. So,
and again, we talked about this in one of the other videos as well. These aren't going to be a one-hit wonder either. There's going to be multiple runs of these over time in the future.
Absolutely, yes. So we'll do the first two batches of the first run, and then as they're delivered, we'll announce what the second run is going to be. And like I say, for us, tooling has to be an ongoing thing. We have to get value out of our tooling, especially, and we touched on it earlier, the detailing and the effort that you put into them. You've got to make your tooling work for you. And
so for however much expensive people might feel a single item is, we know just how expensive tooling is in the first place, and you really wouldn't like that, Bill.
So we'll take it on. There are places we can go with these, but time will tell.
Fantastic. And in terms of price and availability, where are we looking at the moment in terms of when we might see these in a shop ready to run the layout?
That we're still working on because obviously timeframes are all over the place. So we'll sit down and we'll work out what we're going to. But we're going to be looking, if I say sort of Q3, Q4 in 2023 by the time delivery comes through, we'll refine that we'll announce at each stage as we go through.
Yeah, so we're looking at sort of an 18-month lead time. Really,
absolutely,
to get them delivered. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're seeing these are the first engineering samples, aren't they? Here today?
These are, and the report's already gone back to the factory in China, so they're already working on second stage. What we'll probably have is second EPs before decorated samples. There's some issues that need correcting. You know, they haven't come back perfectly, and that's what first EPs are for.
Yeah, so I don't think any first EP ever comes back what you call perfect,
it's
would you? So.
very, very rare that you do that. So
lovely if it did, but no.
Yeah, it's just the way it happens. There's a few issues with some fit, some material differences in there that maybe things got lost in translation. But yeah, so the next set of EPs will be how we want them to appear, and then we'll go on to decoration after that.
So where are we heading with price for these?
So at the moment we're looking at mid-60s, so 65 quid. On our website we operate a multiple purchase, so buy two or more and there's a 10%. So we'll be looking at that sort of, especially if you're going to be rate building, so there'll be a discount available there. And then retailers, you know, it'll be the same sort of levels that they are offering.
Yeah, so £65 per coach, and like all the other recent items as well, they'll be available across all the Accurascale retail network.
That's it, yeah, all our retailers, except, of course, for the Accurascale exclusive, which we'll reveal at deco stage.
Excellent, we look forward to finding out what that is. So thank you very much for joining us today, Paul, and talking us through the brand new 57-foot stock for double O gauge from Accurascale.
Pleasure as always.
They're looking brilliant already, and I'm looking forward to seeing the finished result of these already. They're quite an exciting new addition to the collection from Accurascale. For all of Hornby Magazine's readers, thank you very much for watching this video today. Remember, you can read much more about these on keymodeloil.com or in our next issue of Hornby Magazine, our August 2022 issue, which is out on sale at the beginning of July. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.